Oh, that is just adorable.
Levin's about trying to slide in the DMs over there.
Oh, good job.
He's like, you got to follow me, though, so I can send you a DM.
He's like, oh, by the way, yeah, I have like 50,000 followers.
We busted him, caught him red-handed.
That is awesome.
That was
good
awesome.
job, producer.
Yeah, that was a good producer shot there.
Yo, he was on E-Girl Slayers.
Yeah, he was on E-Girl Slayers. He's always got, the producer's got an eye on everybody here. Well played. Well played.
He's got to be so mad right now. They outed me.
Yes. All right, guys, we're jumping into game number 4. It's going to be domination. The map's going to be Sovereign. Curse Black had a great game there on Blitz as they were able to take up the series 2-1. And going into this domination game should be interesting. Technically, you've got Epsilon winning this game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, I don't want to point out players, but I got to think Mochilla is going to be one to look out for, and then Swanee, because both of these teams run ARs for their squad.
Right.
So if they get a little bit behind, they have to make that switch to the sub much quicker, or else they're going to lose this game. If they're behind, that is.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's what I'm going to be looking at for the most part. But we're going to jump on board with someone who's actually going to see some action here. As Josh now going to push up, and he gets tagged up from the base. And thank God this is a map where they can't be standoffish at the beginning.
I know, right? It's like you're gonna things get a little hairy at B in a different way than it does on Freight. As Epsilon's gonna move in here quickly, trophy system's down. They are gonna be able to get the cap. As one of the players did get taken out, but they had another remaining in there, and I think that was going to be Swanee, or I'm sorry, rather Tommy, that was awarded the cap for B. So Epsilon off to a good start here, and they've got actually pretty decent map control. Tommy back there on blue catwalk kind of causing a ruckus behind enemy lines, and Swanee's like, this seems far too easy of what I've been doing at B here.
Well, they also have to be careful because we know what happens with the spawn if you push up too much. So this is actually an amazing play by Swanee to actually go all the way back and try to choke it. And as you look at the minimap, they spawn a control room. So Swanee playing this very, very well. He's 5-0. Can he make it 6? There is going to be another guy in control room, and I think he's going to spot him in just a second, and down he goes.
And a player for Curse Black on B now. Tommy trying to address that. Shots being fired and not able to take him out. So Curse Black are losing this now, as Epsilon was able to just take it right away from them. But Mochilla with an excellent double kill there. But it was a little too late, as right as he did it, they picked it up. So now it's going to be Curse Black trying to get back in here in the B dom.
Yeah, and you know, you got Tipsy kind of pushing into control room. He's going to be cleaned up from behind. Now it's off to Mochilla. Spots a guy, pistols him in the back, and now he has a guy on. He's got 2 guys in control room. He's got another guy back here in the caution, and down he goes. Swanee is on an absolute terror at 8-1 with 1 cap. He is playing very, very well with this AR here on this side of the map. Spots another player. Can he make it 9? And he does.
And there you have it. Jumping on with Tommy now. Tommy just was able to pick up an Able. 39-23. It looks like they are losing B as we switch over to Josh. And that's going to be Curse Black. Pretty well set up there. Jerd trying to get some shots in there. So it was just a neutral as Jerd was able to stop the actual cap. And now he's moving in there so they can secure it back for their team. Jerd pretty uncontested here so far, and it looks like they're able to take it. So Epsilon securing back the B side, and just as he jumps down, a Curse Black member kind of slides in there off to the right. It looks like he gets taken out, so they'll continue holding that down.
Jared gets another kill here. He's going to push onto the home flag here, and as you can tell by the minimap, the spawns have flipped. Mochilla now trying to hold down C all by himself, and just like this, they're going to be rewarded a 2 cap, and pay attention to the minimap here as to where they're going to be spawning. They're going to be spawning basically control room or right on the outside, and this is where you're going to see if a team is good or not as a team, because they all have to push 1 home flag at the same time, and that is exactly what we have seen out of the members of Epsilon, as they all have decided to wolf pack it right onto C.
And sticking on with Josh, he's going to pick that C dom up. So they've got to make a move, as now it's going to be Curse Black that was able to control B and A. And they needed some points here going into the end of this first half. With 1 minute and 45 seconds left, if they can hold on to this for a while, they'll be in just fine of a position going into the second half.
Well, just noticed Mochilla's doing absolutely awesome here, 16-6.
I'm telling you, man, what did I say? Like, every game,
he's good.
dude.
He's good.
Every game, he's good. I really think he is an underrated player, largely speaking. I think, like, we know and other players recognize it, but just generally speaking, I feel like he's pretty. I mean, the man is 16-7 right now.
He's got more than 2 of his teammates combined.
Yeah.
So, oh God, Enable, come on, buddy. make me look bad.
He's seen better days.
Yeah. Well, Mochila's now, they have to decide which home flag they're going to go for, and they actually have a teammate all the way over here at C, and if he wants to, he can really hop on A and just kind of force the members of Epsilon to retreat back, but he's going to get shot in the face, and the lead has diminished a little bit here. Final 60 seconds. This is Epsilon's game, though.
Yeah, so Curse really needed to hold on to that. They needed it for a while. They needed some of that time going into the second half like we were talking about. They weren't able to do it, so now Enable's going to try to jump back down and take it for his squad. He's got a couple players there. Tipsy's in front of him. Tipsy gets taken out. Shots going out. Enable's got to come up big here. And instead of getting the gunfight, he's just going to go ahead and take it. Smart play by him, but as soon as he does, he gets taken out by Swanee. Swanee picks up a two-piece, one with a Semtex, the other with a Remington.
This is not a good fight for Tipsy to be in right now. There is 3 members of Epsilon just hanging out, having a party here on B, and now Tipsy has to wait for all the grenades. He's going to push up now, and he's got one guy stunned. The other guy's going to go down. That's 3 members of Epsilon down, but they aren't able to finish B, and now they are going to, so the final 10 seconds is going to give them an extra 2 ticks. Yeah. So we're looking at like I don't know, I can't do math, 13-point game, something like that. 9-point.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Thank you.
Do your math now. It's 10.
Tight.
See that if you subtract it, it's just 10 points.
That's tight.
Yeah, there you go. So going into the second half, it's going to be plus 10 points for Epsilon as they've been the more well-rounded squad. However, you've got Tipsy and Mochila that have been holding it down for their team. You got to want a little bit more out of Enable and Burns here, who've had a slow start in the first half. But I'll tell you what, we saw earlier a lot. It was a different, change of pace in the game in the second half for both these teams on Freight. Wondering if we'll see the same thing here on Sovereign. Well,
Jared now going to push up, and just like this, we are going to see him actually go for the home flag off the break, and there's going to be one guy capping it. Jared has to win this battle in order for this breakout strategy to work, and he does. That is huge, and they're actually getting B as well, just causing a little bit of havoc there. That is going to be, who is that, Tommy over there holding it down? So this is looking very good for them, as finally he's going to be taken out.
And coming on with Jared, trying to get some shots at Mochila, picks up a two-piece. As we switch over to Swanee, he's going to get taken out as well. And I'm starting to think of everybody that you control as destined to die.
I've never said I was a good Godcaster, in all ways. Well, Tommy now is going to be pushing up on the far right side. He does have one guy here. Tommy's going to get outshot. God, so frustrating.
Stay alive. Please. 3 down right now for Epsilon. It's only Swanee. Tommy's going to get spawned back in here. But the Curse guys already have decent positioning. They've got what they want. They're set up where they need to be. So it's kind of just waiting for Epsilon waves of spawns to come in and see if they can knock them down. They've got control of both B and C. They're actually going to go for the 3-cap. And with that 3-cap, you're going to see another player rotate back into C. And they do get a successful 3-cap. This is huge.
Yeah, even though it's just for a split second, it does not matter. It's so big.
Because it causes the players to come back. Yeah. They've got to recognize A. They've got to make moves there. I mean, it's a big deal. So this is the first time you've pretty much seen Curse take the lead. Yep. And they're going to hit it 101 and 99. Tommy pulling out C right now.
He needed to win that battle there, but he didn't. And Swanee stabs the guy in the head, and now he's going to be able to secure A. But his teammate is going to be on B. He has to win that gunfight. His teammate does not win it. And now here comes Tommy. Here's the neutral. This is going to come down to the wire, my man.
It is, man. This was interesting. Epsilon was able to bounce back after it looked like Curse, and Curse hit the full domination there. That's 3 players down for Epsilon, leaving only Swanee up. And again, you've got Curse set up where they want to be. All 4 players having to spawn in. They're going to have to grab A. And you've got Curse in a good setup here. I imagine Curse will continue to apply pressure and go into A and try to at least neutral or bring it back.
Yeah, that's exactly what they have to do. If you look at the minimap, I mean, I have Enable kind of highlighted right here. He is just going on a complete flank. He's got an easy kill right here. He's going to call out that there's probably another guy sneaking, but he can hold control of their base. Even though he's taken out, he did his job. He stopped that guy from holding down that lane, and that's going to be perfect as we see someone going for the home flag.
2. You've got somebody at B and somebody at C. So Epsilon is trying to divide and conquer right now as they are able to get C but not able to get B. So they have split the map and do control both A and C. Tommy's going to try to get B for his squad, but Mochila is not going to allow for that to happen. Swanee trying to get some shots down range. He can't connect either.
And then this is just a bloodbath as finally Jared is going to be able to get one. There's a guy coming out of C. And I don't know what a blath is, but we'll move on
don't worry, but we talk so fast all the time. You're going to fumble over some words, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, here comes Josh. Josh now on the flag is able to do that, but that's 4 members dead. This is looking very good. Even though there's 4 members dead, the guy I picked still died. I don't understand. Like, how does that... I don't get it.
Only the COD gods know, man. Only the COD gods know.
Mochilla's got a big kill there. There is one guy sneaking all the way under Snake. He's going to be going for the C flag capture there. But as you can tell, Enable's pushing on the A flag. Here comes Mochilla. And now Enable's going to just be a thorn in the side of Epsilon. This is great play. He has to win this battle. And he's going to come out and he's going to get shut down there by Tommy.
And not proned out or anything. I mean, just standing wide up, waiting for it. I have a little more discretion, you know?
Yeah,
was surprised he just had that kind of confidence. But Enable comes back in and picks up a two-piece. As Tommy's going to try to pick up this B flag, he's got to do it by himself. He's getting close to it, not able to do so. Does get the neutral on the flag, but he needs a little bit more than that. With only 57 seconds left in the game, there's 11-point difference between these two teams with Curse Black in the lead. Enable going to hold this B flag down, trying to capture it. He's got to do it all by himself here. If they do get this, this is pretty much, oh man. One more, he does get it. And this is Curse Black pretty much has this one now.
Yep, that is locked up. Curse Black is going to advance here, and, you know, not to point out fingers there, but, you know, Epsilon really needed Jared to kind of show up a little bit bigger here in this game number 4. You can't.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at the kills.
Slayer, you know, he's a Slayer, you know?
Yeah.
To have 15 kills is bad.
Yeah, but on the other side, what's good is 37 and 20. That's very, very good. But final 10 seconds here as we can accept the fact that Curse Black has won this series and they will be advancing to losers bracket round number 3. All smiles. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for both of these teams. They put on one hell of a series for us. Epsilon, unfortunately, not able to do exactly what they wanted, but Curse Black has to be happy.
Oh, yeah. And Epsilon coming over here, they did a great job themselves, you know. It's great to see Europe represented here. Yep. They do their country so proud in their respective areas in Europe, so it was nice to see these guys coming out and playing, but Curse Black, they keep figuring out a way to win, man.
Yeah, well, it's got to be so good for them. They've put so much work into the season league. I mean, they've had to deal with so many people. I will never forget, it was after Niagara, then all of a sudden things just started working for them. And everyone's like, modem. And it was like, we're actually getting good. Like, I swear to God, we're getting good.
Yeah.
But they had to show up on LAN, which is exactly
We're making
what
improvements. We're making improvements.
Which is the worst thing about online, too, because you never know how the translation is going to be to LAN. You never know.
No. Oh, yeah. There's so many different variables of just, like, online latency, what it's like to play on the main stage in that LAN atmosphere. That's alone. I mean, there's a lot of pressure to come up here. And then knowing it's not like at home where you go through a league match and you lose and you're like, shake it off, we'll come back tomorrow, it is what it is. I mean, this is two matches and you're out, period.
Yeah,
if you lose 2 matches, you're done. That's a scary thought. I mean, and it can be incredibly demoralizing. You look at, like, some of the teams that have already been knocked out of this tournament. It's sad, man. And
sad.
Tears are shed on Saturdays.
Yeah, and are we going to losers bracket after this?
We are. So the next, yes, we got losers round 2. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back from that commercial break, we're going to do an interview, and we got some stuff going on before we jump into that losers round 2 because we got to feed the staff that's running the show. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.